The moment my wife Erin suggested I give her a hall pass for her personal trainer, I knew our marriage was already over. She just didn't know I knew yet. "Come on, Nick," she laughed, tossing her blonde hair while scrolling through Tyler's Instagram posts. "It's just a joke. Like, what if we could each pick one person for a free pass, you know?" I looked up from my laptop where I'd been debugging code for the past 3 hours. The irony wasn't lost on me. I spent my days fixing broken systems, and here I was, sitting across from the most broken system in my life. A hall pass, huh? I took a sip of my beer, keeping my voice casual. "And you'd pick Tyler, I'm guessing?" Erin's cheeks flushed pink. "I mean, hypothetically, he's just so fit, and those abs." She held up her phone, showing me a shirtless photo of her trainer flexing at CrossFit Elite. "Shoot your shot, then," I said with a shrug, turning back to my screen. Hypothetically. What Erin didn't know was that I'd already found her burner phone hidden in her gym bag 2 days ago. The texts between her and Tyler weren't hypothetical at all. They were planning their next hotel meetup for Friday night, complete with detailed descriptions of what they wanted to do to each other. The betrayal stung, sure, but what really pissed me off was how stupid they thought I was. Erin had been coming home from girls' nights smelling like cheap cologne and Tyler's protein powder supplements. She'd been working out twice as much but somehow gaining weight in all the wrong places, like her ego. "Really?" Erin's voice cracked with excitement. "You'd be okay with that?" "Fair's fair," I said, closing my laptop. "But if you get Tyler, I get to pick someone too." Her face immediately darkened. "Who?" I pretended to think about it, though I'd already planned this conversation 3 moves ahead. "How about Jessica? Your old college friend?" Erin's fork clattered against her plate. "Jess? Why her? You always said she was the prettiest girl in your sorority. Seems like a logical choice." I kept my tone light, but I could see the jealousy burning in Erin's eyes. That's different," she stammered. "How so?" Because Jess is actually attractive. Tyler's just a trainer." The admission hung in the air between us. Erin had just revealed more than she intended. She wasn't just attracted to Tyler, she was threatened by Jess. Perfect. I stood up and kissed the top of her head. "Don't worry, babe. It's all hypothetical, right?" That night, I called Jess from my car in the parking lot of my office building. "Nick, is everything okay?" Jess's voice was warm with concern. "Hey Jess, quick question. Are you free this weekend? I was thinking of booking us a spa retreat upstate. You know, catch up, relax, maybe get some couples massage therapy." There was a pause. "Couples massage? Nick, are you and Erin having problems?" "Something like that. Look, I'll explain everything when I see you, but I need you to trust me on this. Can you do that?" Jess had always been sharp. She'd been the one to warn me about Erin's manipulative tendencies back when we first started dating. I'd ignored her advice then, but now I needed her help. "Okay," she said slowly, "but you owe me a full explanation. Deal. And Jess, post some photos of us on social media this weekend. Make them look friendly." When I got home, Erin was pacing the kitchen like a caged animal. "Where were you?" she demanded. "Office. Had to finish the Morrison project." I pulled out my phone and showed her the spa reservation confirmation I'd just made. "Oh, by the way, I booked that spa weekend with Jess. You know, for my hypothetical hall pass." Erin's face went white. "You're not serious." "Why not?" "You were serious about Tyler, weren't you?" "That was just talk, Nick. Just fantasy." "So is this?" I lied smoothly. "Unless you want to make it real." The trap was set. Now I just had to wait for her to walk into it. Friday night, I followed Erin's car to the Marriott downtown. She'd told me she was having girls' night with her gym friends, but the GPS tracker I'd installed showed her heading straight to Tyler's usual hookup spot. I parked across the street and waited. 20 minutes later, Tyler's obnoxious yellow Mustang pulled into the lot. He strutted toward the entrance like he owned the place, his protein shake bottle catching the streetlight. My phone buzzed with a text from Jess. Posted the spa photos. Your wife is blowing up my DMs asking if we're sleeping together. I smiled in the darkness. Erin was taking the bait perfectly. Instead of confronting them at the hotel, I drove home and started planning. Revenge was a dish best served publicly, and I had the perfect venue in mind. Saturday morning, while Erin was supposedly at the spa with her friends, actually sneaking around with Tyler, I hacked into Tyler's Instagram account. His password was embarrassingly simple: FitnessGod 2023. I scheduled a post for Monday morning. Special event. Free couples boot camp this Wednesday at Riverside Park. Bring your partner for an intense workout session. DM me for details. Then I started sending DMs to every woman who'd liked Tyler's recent photos, especially the ones wearing wedding rings in their profile pictures. I'd done my research. Tyler had a pattern of targeting married women at various gyms around the city. Hey gorgeous, I typed, using Tyler's typical sleazy approach. You look like you could use some private training. Meet me at Riverside Park Wednesday at 6 p.m. for a special session. Bring your husband if you want, but I prefer one-on-one work. I sent variations of that message to 15 different women. Wednesday evening, I arrived at Riverside Park early with my laptop and a portable projector I'd borrowed from work. I set up behind a cluster of trees where I could see everything but remain hidden. Tyler arrived at 6 sharp, looking confused when he saw the crowd gathering. There were at least 20 people milling around, angry husbands, suspicious wives, and several women who clearly thought they were Tyler's only special client. Erin showed up 5 minutes later, wearing her tightest yoga pants and a sports bra that left nothing to the imagination. "Tyler!" she called out, jogging over to him. "What's all this?" "I don't know," he said, his usual confidence wavering. "I didn't set up any group session." That's when the fireworks started. "Are you Tyler Lane?" A burly man in a construction vest stepped forward. "Because you've been sending some interesting messages to my wife." "And mine," added another husband. "I thought I was your only client," said a redhead in designer workout clothes. Tyler's face went pale as more voices joined the chorus of accusations. I could see him trying to backpedal, but there were too many people, too many angry faces. That's when I powered up the projector. The first image that appeared on the makeshift screen was a screenshot of Tyler's DM to the construction worker's wife. "Your husband doesn't appreciate your body like I would. Let me show you what a real man can do." The crowd erupted. Several women gasped, recognizing their own private conversations displayed for everyone to see. But the best part was yet to come. The next slide showed Erin's text messages to Tyler. "Can't wait to feel your hands on me again. Nick is so boring in bed. You make me feel alive." Erin's scream cut through the chaos. "Nick, I know you're out there." I stepped out from behind the trees, my phone recording everything. "Hey babe, how's your girls' night going?" Tyler tried to run, but 3 angry husbands blocked his path. Erin stood frozen in the middle of the park, surrounded by women who now knew exactly what kind of person she was. "You bastard!" she shrieked, charging toward me. "You set this up!" "I just gave everyone the truth," I said calmly. "Isn't that what marriage is supposed to be about?" The construction worker's wife slapped Tyler across the face. "You piece of garbage." Another woman threw her water bottle at him. "I trusted you." As Tyler stumbled away, bleeding from a scratch on his cheek, Erin turned her fury on me. "This isn't over, Nick. You'll pay for this." "Looking forward to it," I replied, still recording. The crowd began to disperse, but not before several people came up to shake my hand and offer their support. Word would spread quickly through our small community. Everyone would know exactly who Erin and Tyler really were. As I packed up my equipment, I smiled. This was just the beginning. The fallout from the park incident was swift and brutal. By Thursday morning, Tyler had been fired from CrossFit Elite after several clients canceled their memberships. The gym's owner, Maria Santos, called me personally to apologize for her employees' behavior. "I had no idea he was targeting married women," she said. "We've had complaints before, but nothing this serious. Thank you for bringing this to light." Erin, meanwhile, was spiraling. Her boss at the marketing firm had seen the projector footage. Someone had live-streamed the whole thing on Facebook. She'd been placed on administrative leave, pending an investigation into her conduct unbecoming of company standards. But I wasn't done yet. Friday night, I paid Tyler a visit at his apartment complex. I'd brought supplies, biodegradable glitter, washable spray paint, and a few other surprises I'd ordered online. Tyler lived in a trendy downtown complex that catered to young professionals and wannabe influencers. Perfect for my purposes. I found his yellow Mustang in the parking garage and got to work. Using stencils I'd made at home, I spray-painted Homewrecker across the hood and STD Express on both sides. The paint was washable, but it would take professional cleaning to remove completely. Then I rigged his apartment door with a glitter bomb, a simple device that would explode in a shower of pink and gold sparkles when the door opened. I'd positioned myself across the courtyard with my phone ready to record. Tyler returned home around 11 p.m., probably from drowning his sorrows at some bar. I watched him discover his car first. The string of profanity that erupted from his mouth was creative. I'll give him that. But the real show started when he reached his apartment door. The glitter bomb went off perfectly, covering Tyler from head to toe in sparkly pink dust. The explosion was loud enough to wake half the building, and residents started coming out to see what the commotion was about. "What the hell?" Tyler sputtered, trying to brush glitter out of his hair. That's when I activated the second part of my plan. Using his Instagram account, which I still had access to, I posted a live video confession. "Hey everyone, Tyler here. I just wanted to publicly apologize for being a complete scumbag who destroys marriages for protein powder and ego boosts. The glitter you see all over me is courtesy of karma, and I totally deserve it." The video went live to his 50,000 followers before he could stop it. Tyler's neighbors were recording everything on their phones, laughing and pointing at his glittery appearance. Someone had already called building security. "Nick Dorsey!" Tyler screamed into the night. "I know this was you!" I stepped out of the shadows, still recording. "Hey Tyler, nice look, very festive." He charged at me but slipped on the glitter coating the walkway and crashed into a potted plant. More laughter erupted from the growing crowd of onlookers. "You're insane!" he gasped, struggling to get up. "Maybe," I said, "but I'm not the one who thought it was smart to mess with other people's marriages. By the way, how's the job hunt going?" Security arrived before Tyler could respond, and I made my exit. The video of his glitter-covered meltdown would go viral by morning. 2 down, 1 to go. Saturday morning, Erin showed up at our house with her suitcases and a desperate look in her eyes. "Nick, please," she begged. "Can we talk?" Really talk? I let her in, curious to hear what excuse she'd come up with now. "Look, I made a mistake," she said, settling onto our couch like she still belonged there. "Tyler was just a midlife crisis thing. You know how it is." "Actually, I don't," I replied. "I've never cheated on you. But you were going to." "With Jess." I couldn't help but laugh. "Erin, I never slept with Jess. We went to the spa as friends. The whole thing was just to make you jealous enough to reveal your affair." Her face crumpled as the truth sank in. You played me. You played yourself. I just gave you the rope." She tried a different approach, moving closer and placing her hand on my chest. "We can work this out, baby. It was just sex. What we have is real." I gently removed her hand. What we had was real. Past tense. "So that's it? You're just going to throw away 5 years of marriage? You threw it away when you started texting Tyler about how boring I am in bed." Erin's desperation turned to anger. Fine. But you're not getting off easy. I'll take half of everything in the divorce. The house, your savings, your precious computer equipment. Actually, I said, pulling out a folder I'd prepared, you won't. Inside were copies of all her text messages, hotel receipts I'd found, and documentation of her affair. In our state, adultery was grounds for at-fault divorce, which would significantly limit her claim to marital assets. You bastard, she whispered. I'm a bastard who kept receipts, I corrected. There's a difference. She stormed out, slamming the door so hard it rattled the windows. But I knew she'd be back. Desperate people do desperate things, and Erin was nothing if not desperate. I was right. Sunday night, she returned with reinforcements. The storm that rolled in Sunday evening was perfect timing. Thunder rumbled overhead as I watched 3 figures approach my front door through the rain. Erin, Tyler, and some muscle-bound guy I didn't recognize. Probably another trainer from Tyler's old gym. I'd been expecting this. Cornered animals always lash out, and Erin had officially run out of options. Her friends had abandoned her after the park incident. Her job was hanging by a thread, and the divorce papers I'd filed Friday made it clear she wouldn't be getting the settlement she'd hoped for. I was ready for them. The doorbell rang at 9:47 p.m. I opened it with my phone already recording, the live stream broadcasting to our neighborhood Facebook group. Hey, Erin, Tyler, and friend. I nodded to each of them. Little late for a social call, isn't it? Cut the crap, Nick, Erin snarled. She looked terrible. Hair unwashed, makeup smeared, designer workout clothes wrinkled like she'd slept in them. You've had your fun. Now it's time to pay. Pay for what? Exposing the truth? Tyler stepped forward, trying to look intimidating despite the glitter still stuck in his eyebrows. You humiliated us, man. Made us look like fools. You made yourselves look like fools. I just provided the venue. The third guy, who looked like he bench-pressed small cars for fun, cracked his knuckles. Maybe we should take this inside, have a private conversation. Actually, I prefer public conversations these days, I said, holding up my phone. Say hi to the neighbors, guys. We're live on Facebook. Erin's face went white when she realized we were being broadcast. Turn that off. Freedom of speech, babe. This is my property, and I have every right to record visitors. That's when Tyler made his move. He rushed toward me, probably planning to tackle me and grab the phone. What he didn't know was that I'd spent the afternoon preparing for exactly this scenario. I'd soaped the front steps. Tyler's feet went out from under him the moment he hit the first step. He slid backward, arms windmilling wildly, before crashing into a pile of garbage cans I'd strategically positioned at the bottom of the walkway. The sound was spectacular, a symphony of clanging metal, splashing water, and Tyler's panicked yelping. He landed face first in a puddle of rainwater mixed with last week's leftover Chinese food. The neighborhood Facebook group was going crazy. Comments were flooding in. Get him, Nick! Tyler got what he deserved. Call the police. This is better than Netflix. Erin was screaming now, her voice cracking with hysteria. You think this is funny? You think ruining my life is some kind of joke? I didn't ruin your life, I said calmly. You did that all by yourself. I just documented it. The muscle-bound guy helped Tyler to his feet. Both of them were soaked and covered in garbage, their intimidation factor significantly reduced. This isn't over, Tyler spat, wiping what looked like sweet and sour sauce from his cheek. Actually, it is. I pointed to the banner I'd hung from my porch earlier that evening. Erin's hall pass expired. The livestream audience loved it. Comments and laughing emojis were pouring in faster than I could read them. That's when the police arrived. 2 officers approached through the rain, their flashlights cutting through the darkness. I recognized Officer Martinez from the neighborhood watch meetings. Evening, Nick, she said. We got reports of a disturbance. No disturbance here, officer, I replied. just some visitors who were leaving. That's not true, Aaron shrieked. He's been harassing us, stalking us. He destroyed Tyler's car. Officer Martinez looked at Tyler, who was still dripping with garbage water and glitter. Sir, do you want to file a complaint? Before Tyler could answer, my neighbor, Mrs. Chen, appeared at her front door. Officer, I saw everything. These people came here to threaten Nick. He was just defending himself. Other neighbors started emerging from their houses, all of them backing up my version of events. The live stream had given them front row seats to the whole confrontation. He soaped his own steps, added Mr. Peterson from across the street. That's not illegal. It's just good planning. Officer Martinez looked at the three soggy intruders, then at me standing dry and calm on my porch, then at the growing crowd of supportive neighbors. Ma'am, sir, she addressed Aaron and Tyler, I think it's time for you to leave. This is private property, and you're not welcome here. But Aaron started. Ma'am, you need to go, now. As the three of them slunk away into the rain, the neighbors broke into spontaneous applause. I waved to the live stream audience one final time. Thanks for watching, everyone. Remember, always read the fine print on your hall passes. I ended the broadcast and went inside, finally at peace. The rain continued to fall, washing away the last traces of the confrontation and the marriage that had died long before tonight. Justice served, revenge complete, life could finally begin again.